Hello everyone, we are Group A19. Our research focuses on electric vehicle mobility patterns in Indian cities. Based on data from 2019 to 2026, we analyzed user travel behavior across 7 Tier 1 cities. First, the background. Globally, EVs are a core solution for reducing congestion and carbon emissions. In India, driven by FIN policies and infrastructure growth, the EV market has expanded rapidly. However, existing studies lack city-level, multi-dimensional comparisons of user travel behavior. This leads to our problem statement: how do EV preferences, travel patterns, and charging habits differ across cities? To address this, we set 5 research objectives. First, analyze EV model preferences across 7 Indian cities, identifying intercity differences and evolving trends. Second, explore how urban commuting and weather conditions affect core usage behaviors. Third, compare how well charging infrastructure matches actual user charging behavior in each city. Fourth, describe annual trends in EV usage and charging behavior. Fifth, identify business opportunities and propose strategies recommendations. That concludes the overall framework of our research.
The dataset used in this study is a synthetic dataset obtained from Kaggle. It simulates EV usage behavior across 7 major Indian cities from 2019 to 2026. The dataset includes 3 categories of EVs: two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and four-wheelers. These categories allow us to analyze how vehicle preferences differ among cities. Before analysis, through data underwent several pre-processing steps. These included data type conversion, missing value removal, and text standardization. A star schema model was then constructed using one fact table and 3-dimension tables, enabling efficient analysis by city, time, and vehicle type. This figure presents the evolution of EV vehicle type preferences across 7 Indian cities. Each panel represents one city, while the stacked columns show the proportion of two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and four-wheelers from 2019 to 2026. This visualization allows us to compare trends across cities and identify emerging differences in vehicle preferences. 3 major findings can be observed. First, two-wheeler EVs gradually became the dominant vehicle type in most cities. Second, the share of three-wheeler EVs generally declined throughout the study period. Third, four-wheeler EV growth was more evident in Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Pune, indicating stronger acceptance of private electric vehicles in these cities.
Next, let's look at the second question. How do commuting and weather affect user travel behavior? We have two key findings. First, traffic density is strongly correlated with travel distance. In large, congested Delhi, the average commuting distance is significantly longer. Chennai has lower density and a shorter daily travel radius. Congested cities has a stronger need for long-distance commuting and fast charging. Second, weather sensitivity varies greatly across cities. Taking 2019 data as an example, users in Ahmedabad and Pune maintain stable travel values even in humid heat or extreme heat. However, in Hyderabad, trips drop noticeably on rainy days, indicating higher weather sensitivity. We will propose recommendations in our later business strategy session. For example, expanding fast charging in Delhi and launching Railway Day travel support in Hyderabad.
I will present our findings for question 3. How well does the charging infrastructure match users' behaviors across 7 Tier 1 Indian cities from 2019 to 2026? Our analysis found a very clear answer. There is a big gap between what the cities provide and what the users actually need. The situation is very different depending on what kind of EVs people drive. Please look at the chart on the right, which shows how people prefer to charge. First, let's look at cities dominated by two-wheelers, like Delhi and Bangalore. As you can see from the gray color at the bottom, these users strongly prefer home charging. For them, the current setup is perfect. They just charge their bikes overnight at home for short daily trips. Because of this, they really don't worry about public charging stations. But the story is completely different for cities with more four-wheelers like Mumbai and Hyderabad. The users rely heavily on public fast and public slow charges. Now, please look at the chart on the left. The blue bars shows the distance to charging stations. And the dark line shows how often people need to charge. Here is the major pain point in these four-wheeler cities. The demand for charging is growing very fast, but the stations are still too far away. This problem creates a range anxiety for drivers, which is a huge barrier for the EV market. Conclusion: two-wheeler cities are doing fine with home charging, but four-wheeler cities are suffering from a serious shortage of public stations. Based on our data, we have two practical suggestions. First, for cities like Mumbai and Hyderabad, the government and companies must urgently build more public fast chargers in busy business and residential areas to reduce drivers' anxiety. Second, for cities like Delhi, power companies should offer cheaper electricity price at night. This will encourage users to charge at home during off-peak hours and make their experience even better.
Question 4. From 2019 to 2026, what significant temperatures and growth potential difference have emerged in electric vehicle usage and charging behavior across several first-tier cities in India? Let us look at the funding. Funding 1. Six cities saw cheap growth to lead the market. Hyderabad grew by 21%, Chennai grew by 17%. Only Ahmedabad decline, showing weaker momentum. Funding 2. Charging frequencies surged across all cities. Weekly charging frequencies increased by more than 200% in all seven cities. This confirms a key shift. Electric vehicles are moving from supplementary tools to popular daily transportation. Based on the interaction between chip growth and charging frequency, we identify three levels of the growth potential. Level 1, high potential. Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, chips and charging frequency grow rapidly together. These are candidates for expansion. Level 2, medium potential. Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, charging frequency grows faster than chip. We recommend optimized station locations along commuting routes. Level 3, low potential. Mumbai, chips decline but charging rises. This is a typical pattern. We recommend placing large-scale investment and monitoring closely. To sum up the strategy, high potential city expand charging infrastructure early to seize first mover advantage. Medium potential city align station locations with commuting routes and improve service density. Low potential cities do not invest heavily for now. Continue data monitoring and finding out root causes.
Now I will talk about question 5, which is about business opportunities and different charging strategies. For this part, this main question is, where should EV charging companies invest and what kind of charging service should they provide? From our analysis, Mumbai and Hyderabad are the key markets. These two cities have longer charging station distance and higher region accuracy. This means users may spend more time finding charging stations, and they are more worried about whether the battery is enough. So, this creates a clear business opportunity. If companies build more public fast charging stations in Mumbai and Hyderabad, they can directly solve users' pain points. Also, higher range accuracy may mean users are more willing to pay for battery services, such as faster charging and booking functions. So, our strategic action is to choose Mumbai and Hyderabad as poverty market and building high density fast charging network there. Now let's look at the metric chart. The chart shows that different cities have different charging habits. For example, in Delhi and Bangalore, two-wheelers are very common. These users usually charging at home and use a public showing charging, but they travel frequently every day, so they need a faster and more convenient solution. That is why we suggest the battery swapping station for Delhi and Bangalore. Instead of waiting for a long time to charge, users can quickly charge a battery and continue their trips. This is especially useful for consumers and the delivery rider. For Mumbai and Hyderabad, the situation is different. Four-wheelers are growing there, and the car users need faster public charging, so we suggest premium fasting charging hubs. These hubs can include coffee shops, small stores, or working areas because users may need wait around 45 to 16 minutes. So the main idea of the question 5 is simple. Different cities need different charging strategies. For two-wheeler cities, battery swapping is more suitable. For four-wheeler cities, fasting charging hubs are a better choice. That's all for my part. Thank you.
Now, let me summarize the six core conclusions. Conclusion 1. Two-wheeler electric vehicles dominate for most cities. Four-wheeler electric vehicles concentrate in high-income cities. Conclusion 2. High traffic density cities have longer trip distance. Weather sensitivity vary by city. Conclusion 3. Two-wheeler cities have balanced supply and demand. Four-wheeler cities face a serious shortage of public fast charging. Conclusion 4. Electric vehicles are shifting from supplementary tools to primary mobility tools. Conclusion 5. Growth potential has three levels: high, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, medium, Mumbai, Pune, Delhi, low, Mumbai. Conclusion 6. No one size fits all. A city-by-city strategy is essential. Finally, let me show the business recommendation by city table. For two-wheeler dominant cities, Delhi and Bangalore. Deploy high-density battery swapping networks in commercial centers and residential areas. Use subscription plans and partner with local deliveries. For four-wheeler growth city, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and Pune, building premium lifestyle faster charging hubs, integrate co-working space, coffee shops, and retail, bundle charging service with value-add benefits. Local logic is simple. Two-wheeler cities prioritize efficiency through network density. Four-wheeler city prioritize experience through server upgrades. Thank you.